The past 2 years of eating carnivore has completely changed my life. I have fixed, healed, reversed things that I never thought I could, including bringing back my period, growing out my hair, healing my skin completely. I have not had a single breakout the past 40 days. Beyond that, I've lost weight as well, and I do see that as an added positive bonus, not something that is the center of it all. The center of it all is that I've healed my autoimmune issues, my eczema and psoriasis, is that I can sleep amazingly and wake up feeling my best every single day. This has a lot to do with my decision of not calorie counting anymore. Hey carnivores, hey SB fam, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Bella the Steak and Butter Gal. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm in a great mood because today is... What day is today?
中国新年.
Ooh, 中国新年. Isn't it also called 春节?
Yeah.
Okay. It's Chinese New Year today. And guess what? Chinese New Year celebrations usually span 16 days, I think. 16 days.
Dude, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it is. The celebrations, the festivities, the amazing foods, they last 16 days. So in Chinese culture, New Year's is a huge deal. Anyways, that's why I'm wearing this very red, shiny, Asian-inspired shirt to celebrate Chinese New Year.
That's the whitest thing anyone's ever said about Chinese.
Why? These are facts. 16 days long of celebration. Today's the first day. And this year is the year of the ox, which is the zodiac that Steak and Butter Guy is. So it's his lucky year. So the ox represents wealth, prosperity, perseverance, strength, which is everything that Steak and Butter Guy is.
Wait, no,
aren't you?
Hold up.
Yeah, so just wanted to wish you all a happy Chinese New Year and celebration of the year of the ox. Actually, last year was my year. I'm the year of the rat. So did I have a great year last year? Yeah, I did. Because I realized that my passion is not just within music. I'm so passionate about carnivore content, spreading the word, right? This is now like literally my passion in life, my purpose in life is to spread the word about the carnivore way. Anyways, for those who understand Chinese or who are Chinese, I just want to wish you guys 新年快乐，恭喜发财，万事如意。Okay, let's get the video started already. Today, I wanted to just exclusively talk about hunger. I've been getting asked a lot about how much one should eat on the carnivore diet, how to tell if one is actually hungry, and how to know when to stop eating, things regarding hunger on the carnivore diet. So I would love to just address this topic and answer any commonly asked questions along the way. But I feel like I have a lot of experience, a lot of roller coaster up and down experiences when it comes to being hungry, being full, what it means to truly be satiated, and the abuse of starving and calorie restricting and fasting. So I've felt it all. I've experienced everything there is to experience when it comes to the different levels of hunger and the different levels of feeling full/satiated. So I thought that I would just share with you guys a little bit about my history, my past. It is important. You do have to take into account your history of eating. If you ever had any history of restricting, counting calories, fasting as punishment. And when I say fasting as punishment, I mean you fast only because you fell off track or you feel guilty about eating some type of bad stuff, so you force yourself to fast so you can either A, quickly lose the weight, or B, feel better about yourself. So those things matter because they do affect your metabolism. They definitely also negatively impact your hormones. So when you approach the carnivore diet, I hope that you're approaching it prioritizing healing, prioritizing your long-term health and longevity, instead of prioritizing quick weight loss or vanity reasons. And I say this with love to you all because the past 2 years of eating carnivore has completely changed my life. I have fixed, healed, reversed things that I never thought I could, including bringing back my period, growing out my hair, healing my skin completely. I have not had a single breakout the past 40 days. Yes, I credit that to cutting out the cheese and the yogurts, but it's also possible to dramatically improve your skin on carnivore no matter what carnivore foods you're eating. Beyond that, I've lost weight as well, and I do see that as an added positive bonus, not something that is the center of it all. The center of it all is that I've healed my autoimmune issues, my eczema and psoriasis, is that I can sleep amazingly and wake up feeling my best every single day. So this has a lot to do with my decision of not calorie counting anymore when I jumped into the carnivore diet. Basically, long story short, I was vegan for 6 whole years. I never cheated, I never fallen off the wagon, and that's something very typical of me as a person. When I commit to something, I really go 150%, okay? More like 200%. There's just no way I'm breaking my commitment to anything that I consciously decide on. So 6 years of eating whole foods, plant-based, no processed fake meat crap of any sorts, okay? I focused on my whole greens, my organic fruits, my starches, gluten-free always. So I always ate my rice, beans, and sweet potatoes. And on the side, I would have a ton, like a mountain of broccoli or asparagus or whatever vegetables I was in the mood for, and of course unlimited amounts of fruits because fruits are healthy, right? I mean, I do believe certain fruits like berries are beneficial eaten in moderation if that's what makes you feel good, but I personally don't require any fruits of any sort, any plant foods anymore to feel my absolute best. But anyways, I had a whole history of restricting. Yes, I was trying to eat whole foods, plant-based, gluten-free, whatever, not processed stuff, but I was still very much obsessed with staying thin, with dropping weight, about looking good. I was performing all the time, every week, you know, looking forward to concertizing. So of course, I'm going to be very aware of how I look, how my dress fits. So yes, I definitely made a lot of mistakes with my eating habits by counting calories, by starving / fasting for punishment, you know, by binging and trying to purge, although I never was successful in purging, in throwing up my food, but still, that mentality is horrible. It's detrimental. And yeah, I effed up my metabolism. I completely destroyed my hormones because I lost my period for 2 whole years. So when I did finally make the decision to stop eating the vegan diet, I really promised myself to stop the calorie restricting, to stop the obsession about my weight, to stop the measuring. I completely threw away my scale, by the way, and I think that's a great thing to do for all the people out there who just cannot resist, cannot help but obsess over the numbers. I am so grateful I made that decision to no longer care about the calories, the quantities, and to just focus on eating to satiation, whatever the hell it means to eat to satiation. I did not know what it felt like, okay? So I basically entered the carnivore diet in the dark, completely blind, not knowing how much to eat, when to start eating, when to stop. So what did I do? I just ate whenever I felt like it. This may not be a popular opinion among the carnivore community, but I really feel like for those who have a broken eating history, it's important to just eat. Overeating, honestly, is much better than under eating or being too careful or too wary about the quantities and the timing and overthinking, you know? It is so crucial. Literally, the key factor to thrive on this diet is to eat enough. If you are under eating, you are going to be hit hard by the negative side effects of not eating enough on the carnivore diet. And that includes fatigue, that includes low energy, that includes headaches, brain fog, standing up and feeling dizzy, just not having a good mood, or going to the gym and feeling like crap. So it's so important that you eat enough. But back to my experience upon entering the carnivore diet for the first time. I really feel like I ate about 4 to 5 meals every single day for the first entire month. I just had no idea whether or not I was truly hungry, and honestly I didn't care, because all I was thinking about was meat, eggs, and butter. That's all my brain wanted, okay? So I fed my brain and my body that. Whatever I was thinking or craving, I just ate it. I stopped caring about how I looked, or what it would do to affect my weight tomorrow or next week. I honestly reached a point where when I started eating, I just could not stop eating. I couldn't even force myself to put the fork down and the steak down until I truly felt stuffed, like stuffed to the brim. And only then could I feel like I was satisfied. So that's probably to do with the many, many years of under eating and malnourishment, because I was not eating any quality nutrients with the vegan diet, right? For 6 years. And for 2 of those years, I had no period. So my health, my hormones were just out of whack. Also, now that I think back to it, I was still getting over my carb addiction. I was still getting over my body readjusting and adapting to no longer having carbs. So when you are eating carbs, your insulin rises very, very, very dramatically. So it goes through the roof, and when it does come back down, that's when you crash. That's when you start feeling extremely hungry. The hunger pangs kick in, and you possibly even feel hangry. So that's why when you're eating carbs, it is so hard to not eat frequently throughout the day. It is so hard to not crave for more carbs often throughout the day, because it has to do with our insulin and how our body processes and reacts to carbs. Carbs and sugars just spike your blood sugar to the point where there is no way you can truly understand your body's hunger signals and satiation cues. That's why I truly believe the carnivore diet is the only diet where you can be 100% in tune with your body, your brain signals, like exactly when to eat, when to stop. It's so easy once you fully adjust and give it the time and commitment your body requires to adapt to this way of eating. My first month was just detoxing from a lot of things, okay? Firstly, the carb addiction, no longer receiving the carbs and the glucose as energy, and instead having to find it in my protein and fat that I was eating, the beef, the eggs, and the high amounts of butter. So my body was obviously shocked. It was still getting off that perpetual carb roller coaster of ups and downs throughout the day. It was still coming off of the many, many hunger pangs that always happen throughout the day from the blood sugar spikes, the insulin resistance that I built up with all the carbs that I was eating. But look, I'm here to tell you that it got better. It got so much better with time. I would say after the first month, I started to be more understanding of my body, of the hunger that it was going through, instead of feeling shocked and overwhelmed and lost and concerned about how insatiable I was that first month. The second month, it was just more routine. It was like, okay, I know that today I'm going to need at least 4 pounds of meat, so I'll make sure it's in my fridge so I don't have to run out in the cold at 10 p.m. at night because I'm still hungry. You know, it was more routine. I was more understanding. I knew what my body needed. So it might take you a whole month to get off that carb roller coaster and to finally get more and more in tune with your hunger and your satiation cues. It might even take 3 months, or it might take 2 weeks. Either way, it is so important to just eat, to not be afraid of feeding yourself, even if you ate just an hour before and you're suddenly hungry again. And it's okay to not really understand whether or not you're truly hungry, or whether you're just eating to be bored, or whether you're eating for comfort or entertainment. Honestly, whatever the reason is, if you're new to carnivore and you have a history of restriction or bad diets, including the vegan or vegetarian diet, you need to allot enough time to just eat, okay? So if you feel like you're overeating, good. If you feel like you're still controlling your portions, not good. You're not going to give your body the energy it needs to heal from within, okay? So please please try to release and let go of the obsession or the priority of trying to lose weight, and instead focus on your long-term health. Focus on how you're actually feeling every day, how you're sleeping, how stable and calm your mental health is, and also reversing any risk of any type of heart disease, any type of illnesses, cancers that you can by eating the right foods finally. For everyone who's watching who finds, and for those who are watching, if you find it to be so difficult and so painful to accept the possibility of gaining weight during the process of eating this way, I feel you. I grew up having to be very aware of my appearance, of my weight. I'm on stage all of the time, and it's just difficult not to care about how I look, my appearance. But I can tell you with confidence that I would not be where I am today if I had not committed to the carnivore diet and if I had not committed to stop the calorie restriction. So there are going to be times where you want to throw in the towel and go back to your old habits of counting calories, of restricting, of eating whatever low-fat foods that you used to eat so you can drop those extra pounds. Well, guess what? You are never going to reach your goal weight permanently if you eat that way. So I ate up to 5-6 times throughout the day. And during this time, I was going to school every single day, getting my master's degree at Juilliard. So it was busy days, Monday through Friday, lots of practice, just staying at school from basically 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Okay. So obviously I brought the food with me. I did 0 intermittent fasting. And that's another thing that I really cannot stress enough. Do not do any type of fasting, any type of intermittent fasting, even if it's 18:6, 16:8 ratio. I highly discourage intermittent fasting because the whole goal and purpose of going into carnivore is to re-heal your hunger signals. I'm telling you, the benefits are endless once you finally are in tune with your body, your hunger, and your satiation signals. So if you're even thinking about incorporating intermittent fasting right when you start carnivore diet, or even if you are getting back into the carnivore diet from veering off for a while, do not incorporate it because you are going to prevent yourself from relearning your body's signals and what it needs. Basically, you should just eat when you are hungry and as much as you want. There really is no limit to how much to eat during each time you sit down to eat. So I'm sure there are plenty of viewers who are thinking right now, but I don't even know whether or not I'm hungry, so what should I do? If that's the case, you probably messed up your ability to understand what hunger feels like, and that is okay. I'm here to tell you that I also went through that and I was okay with it because what did I do instead? I just ate even when I kind of felt like it, even when I was not even sure I was hungry, but I felt something in my stomach. I just ate. And I think that's something that you should do too. Just eat, even if you're confused, even if you're not sure, even if you just kind of feel like it, just eat. Take 2 bites of whatever food you're having. Personally, I like doing the boiled egg trick where when I'm not sure if I'm hungry or not, I'll take a boiled egg, I'll take a bite, 2 bites, and I'll give myself some time to think if that was appetizing. Was that delicious? Was it palatable to me? Do I want more? If you want more, you should eat more. You're probably hungry. If you eat a couple of bites and you're not really interested, put it away and come back to it later. It's really as simple as that. For me, 9 times out of 10, when I did test my hunger with some food, I was in fact very hungry and I wanted to eat more. And it often ended up to 2 pounds, 3 pounds of meat when I did start eating. I'm telling you, I ate huge amounts of meat, butter, and eggs. Okay, so just to give you guys a picture, and by no means should you feel like you should also eat this much, but I was eating up to 48 eggs a day. I was eating up to 2-3 sticks of butter a day, and I was eating up to 5 pounds of steak a day. Okay, so just so you guys know just how much I was allowing myself to eat. I allowed it, I enjoyed it, and I continued doing it until my appetite slowly, naturally, organically calmed down. And I think that's the only way to eat on this diet, is to eat when hungry, stop when full. Now, let's address the possibility of you taking that bite of food just to test if you're hungry or not, and you still eat even though you probably weren't hungry. And then you ended up eating way too much, you feel nauseous, you feel stuffed, you feel gross. Well, guess what? I still see that as a positive thing. Why? Because you prevented yourself from any possibility of craving for junk, of going back and caving into your sugar addiction, your carb addiction, or eating anything that has toxins, oxalates, histamines in it, or processed sugars, gluten, whatever that you were eating before carnivore, you will definitely be craving it. And to combat those cravings, you must always be full. Even if you're stuffed or you've overeaten, at least you can be happy knowing that you prevented any possibility of falling off track. That's one of my biggest mottos after eating 2 years of this way, is to always stay full. By staying full, you resist any temptations. You are always prepared. You are calm. You are collected. You are sharp. And you know the right course of action when cravings or thoughts of bad stuff do arrive. The second benefit of just eating whenever and however much is that you're finally giving your body nutrients. It doesn't matter if you're eating meat, eggs, butter, organs, fish, seafood. You are eating things that are packed with amazing nutrients that your body loves, that your body can utilize for fuel, energy, healing, restoring, replenishing, reversing any issues. All good things. So even if you feed yourself a surplus of those nutrients, your body will thank you for it. And also, if you do have a passive restriction, your body needs a lot of time and a lot of trust to know that you are no longer going to resort back to starving. So by overfeeding initially, you're gaining your body's trust. You are telling your body, hey, I'm giving you ample food, ample nutrients, resources, fuel to heal, so you do not have to worry about another shortage. So you really do need a long time of eating whenever hungry, even overeating, to heal that part of your brain, that concern, that fear that it's not going to be getting enough calories any given day. So with that being said, you may not lose weight initially. Again, you may even gain weight. With me, I gained weight. So if you want the details of that, I gained a total of 25 pounds when I first started the carnivore diet because I was eating so much. And I do believe all that weight gain was necessary for my period to come back, for my hormones to stabilize, and for my metabolism to heal. So I really didn't mind the weight gain. At first, I was very shocked. I was very disappointed. My clothes were not fitting very well anymore. But honestly, you just have to get over it. You just have to know that at the end of the tunnel, there is going to be an amazing life. You're going to reach a healthy weight and a very stable one too. And you're going to feel amazing. And you're going to be very thankful that you made the decision to stop counting calories. I did experience a decrease in appetite, a settling of my insatiable hunger after about a good 4 months of just eating whenever, you know. I didn't do any intermittent fasting my first 6 months, and I think that's very important to just go with the flow, eat when hungry, stop when full, whatever that means to you, okay? It was about 6 months when I realized that, hey, I'm no longer hungry all the time, and I feel like 2 meals a day instead of 5 meals a day is sufficient. So I kind of just fell into this intermittent fasting way of eating in a very natural way. By month 6, I was just so satiated all the time, and I knew exactly what my body feels great on for each meal to carry me over the rest of the hours that I do fast. So fast forward about 9 months is when I started doing 1 meal a day. So I'm not telling you exactly when you should incorporate intermittent fasting. Who knows? You may even feel that zero fasting and just eating whenever you feel like it is most beneficial for you. And who knows, you might fall into 1 meal a day after 6 months, after 9 months, like me. This video is all to tell you guys that you have to just trust yourself, trust your body and the crazy signals it's telling you. If you are feeling hungry way more often than you are comfortable with, you kind of have to just force yourself to get comfortable with it and just do the right thing, which is to just eat. You can most definitely starve yourself thin, but you will never be able to starve yourself healthy. So please prioritize getting healthy, feeling amazing every single day, which is actually quite easy as long as you stay committed, as long as you're eating enough, and as long as you are patient. So with that being said, I would love to know how your experience is with your hunger, with your body signals. How in tune do you feel with your body right now on the carnivore diet? Are you new? Are you experienced? Do you find it changes throughout the month, the year? I would love to know the specifics and details. Tell me your story down in the comments. And of course, if you have any questions or requests for future videos, you can also comment down below. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn on the bell notifications if you do not want to miss any of my future videos. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of the day or night wherever you are in this world. I am sending you all my love. See you guys in the next video. SBG out.
Also.